Alright, hello everyone. This is VRML preseason. We're back again with some more games. About to get this one started here relatively shortly. It's between Fusion and Team Gravity, European matchup. On your booth for the casting, the broadcasting, I'm doing the cameras and your casting. Palidore, of course. I think you know me by now. Been here maybe way too much. But by my side, it's going to be SirDimwi joining me.
Hello. What's going on?
Well, a match about to happen. That's what. We're just getting the teams switched up first.
Is that why you asked me to? Oh, dude. I'm sorry. I thought you just wanted to talk. All right, hold on. Let me get set up. We're good. I'm good to go.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I needed you along here just so we can have someone to ping the teams and do all that busy work for me while I try and manage the cams and whatnot. So yeah, switching up the teams here, and I'll get ready to go shortly. Hello to everyone in chat over on Twitch. All right, we're gonna get into this. Hopefully, there we go.
Yeah, I guess there's some excitement seeing Jersey play again.
Yeah, I
as you were
noticed
saying
that
before the broadcast.
I saw that. Yeah, he joined Team Gravity. Well, which is to say, he's been with Team Gravity through all the seasons as it was, but didn't expect to see him as a player. So obviously, he's coming in here as a sub today, or something. I don't know.
Well,
Either way,
I'm excited. I've heard a lot about him. I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully the sound is all good in chat. Let me know if anything is off or a little too loud, a little too quiet. I'll try and adjust that if able.
All good?
Yeah, you can let them know that they can go now. Yeah, so on the orange side, it's Alacost, David Duel, Swift, and AJ for Fusion. And on blue, Team Gravity is Lewis, Viatrex, Simon, and VR Jersey, as mentioned. Yeah, I can't really remember the last time I've seen him play either. Jersey, that is. Sendo saying. You obviously know him as, Team Gravity player in the past, kind of turned manager, turned caster at times. He's a man who wears many hats in the VR world and for Team Gravity as much as anything.
And I'm really excited to see how Fusion does against Team Gravity here, especially Alacost. He's one of our Friday night league buddies, and really excited to see him get dirty here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I've seen Alacost here and there. I've played with him a few times in pubs and whatnot.
Hey, friendly guy. Really, definitely one of my favorite Europeans.
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite Europeans. I've hung out with them several times now, just at LANs and stuff. So I know a lot of them. Not all of them, certainly. There's a lot of faces I'm not familiar with, but Lewis dancing for the stream. Wonderful.
You're getting a show before the show.
Absolutely. Bunch of showmen these guys are.
Are we waiting for the signal to start?
You pinged them, right? Yeah, it looks like you did. So maybe
I'm gonna ping them again.
Somehow 8 players just missed the ping, but that's okay.
Polly, where art thou, Polly?
Yeah, if any of you players are watching, I'm here. Dimwi's in there, I'm in there. You guys can start as you please.
You might appreciate the fact, apparently Mumble, when I get into Mumble, it announces me as SirDimwi.
Jersey, what the?
Let's see. I can't be wrong then. The AI says so then.
Apparently when you sound it out, that's how it's pronounced. So yeah, you're not wrong.
Jersey, you're not spectating. Fuck.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was toxic.
Looks like Jersey's out of his headset right now.
You can be even more toxic, don't worry. You can't even
There
hear
he is.
me.
Alright, so.
Oh, there he is. Alright, Drew, let's go already.
Alright, 10 minutes on the clock. For those who didn't also see that hotfix yesterday, actually added the VRML rules as a default over in the private matches, so that's pretty cool.
It is. It's so convenient, and I can tell you, not having especially with that bug we were encountering, where it would tell us that it was all correct, but then we would start and something would just be wrong, and so it's nice having that default.
Yeah, a little bit of a pain before that, so it's nice getting that adjusted. And I think the only difference actually is, as far as I know, there's 14 seconds on the catapult instead of the 12 seconds it's supposed to be. So that's the one thing teams have to be aware of to adjust, and that'll hopefully get hot fixed soon. But as we get off on this launch, it's going to be VR Jersey for Team Gravity, his re-debut of sorts here. And, well, we'll see what they do on offense. They certainly had a strong showing yesterday, just falling a little bit short against Blast. But now a slick and quick shot, maybe a pass, either way, just kind of went off the side, but they still recollected there. So Viatrex is going to receive that. Try to pass it to Jersey, cannot make the catch, but now taking it right back and inside for the 2 is Viatrex.
Viatrex not losing track of that disc at all. I mean, he saw the save come out and he was already prepared for that clear attempt, putting his hand in the clear lane and popping it right back in. Good goal.
And for the first 2 on the board, about a minute into this one, Fusion's going to take that launch and try and find the pass off. They do. Swift hits AJ. AJ is going to work that one in. He has one going cross, one going for the goalie, one to the barrier, and one to the goal. But no, it's Lewis with a save. And now a boost coming out into the corner pocket. Viatrex is going to take a bounce. More boosts coming in for these 2 teams, and it's going to be recollected at the other end by Lewis. Lewis is going to send a soft pass on over. Viatrex going up high, going down low, into the goal. 2 more, Team Gravity.
I just want to step back real quick. That pass from AJ right in front of the goal there to that high-scoring area was such a heads-up play. I wasn't expecting it. It looked like his teammate was, but so they're probably communicating fairly well in their back channel. But that was an awesome attempt by Fusion here.
And the communication always an important factor, and you know these teams, as good of a chemistry as they have, those comms are always going to be so important. Trying to duck through is AJ, but stealing it back is Lewis. Good duck attempt, but just better awareness to compensate for that duck and force the turnover. So AJ is going to back that out now. And it's just going to hit that pocket where there's a bunch of awaiting players. No one's able to collect it until David finally does and tries to find his teammate up top. Alakos gets that, finds AJ now. AJ's going to look for a clear, but no, it gets knocked loose into the hands of VR Jersey. He's going to go up high. The goalie diving out nicely, denying any pass reception. And now Viatrex is going to find that down low pass to Simon. So Simon's going to work that to Viatrex. Viatrex approaching the bubble. VR Jersey as well, going for that side pass. Lewis, one more, and going in. Cannot get that one, but finds his own rebound. Viatrex going to back that into VR Jersey, and he's going to go in and just nicely dip it in like a cookie and coffee almost.
And there's another example of when you have that man open behind the goal, they are so dangerous. It is not, especially when they're on the backboard like that, it is not, if they can receive that pass, it is not difficult to get it in, even with the goalie being aware of you being there. And
you saw on a few of those attempts, they did try, a Fusion that is, did try diving out on those and did force some stray passes, but at the end of the day, if you give any team at this level too many attempts at the shot, most likely they're going to make it. You know, you can hold them off on defense a few times, but good luck doing it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Teams will capitalize on those more often than not.
Absolutely, they will.
So Viatrex is going to find that pass to Simon as he gets into the bubble. And now one more pass to the side area. Oh, just a stray as that's still recovered. And those are the second attempts I was talking about. And now it's 8 points for Team Gravity as a result.
Yeah, just heads-up play by Lewis, just getting that loose disc and popping it in off the rebound there. Deceptively high angle. The reality is you can reach around and make that not as steep of an angle, but even so, that was a bang-up shot.
Yep, and off that second attempt again. So just too many attempts there. Maybe earlier dives, or maybe they need to leave someone back there for Fusion. An extra man near goal just to get those clears. And now good shot there David Duel, and it's actually a 3 as well, right on that outer edge.
Yeah, David really hugging the bubble tight there. I can't believe that was a 3, but he must have released it right at the edge of the bubble before putting it in. Really excited to see a goal by Fusion here. They have been playing fairly. They've been getting their offensive opportunities. It's just been turning around on them. But good goal.
And quick rollout there. The players for Gravity looking kind of semi-zone, semi-man mark, not really running the stack in any case. And Lewis is going to back that out now to Simon, who finds Viatrek's way in the back line. Just buying their time as we approach this halfway point of this first round. 5 minutes. So Simon up top. He's anchored down. Going to look for a pass, but not looking for the reception there. So it's going to fly right back into the hands of Simon. Now Simon's going to look up ahead. Find Jersey. Jersey, one more pass to that backboard that they love so much. And it will be made there off Alakos trying to save it. Almost did.
It looked like Fusion was getting smart to the open man on the back wall there. They had been keeping the guys coming in on the backside covered really well all up until that moment. You'll see the moment they didn't get that coverage, the goal went in.
Yep, and now trying to roll out, getting stunned out though. It's going to result in a turnover. Simon's going to get that disc, look for a bounce, actually hits Viatrex. Viatrex going to look for his cross, but stolen out there and headbutted right back. So Swift is able to get that now and tap it out. The boost trying to come through now. And it's going to be, looks like David first on the recovery. Will have time. Oh, but cannot make the shot. He gets his own rebound, maybe off the backboard, but no, instead Swift is going to get there on the reception. And now the third attempt from Swift. So even on Team Gravity's side, if you give up too many attempts, shot attempts, like I said, offenses will capitalize like they do there.
And Swift just taking out the trash. Looked like David had a really great opportunity alone in the bubble there, that first shot. And just sometimes, you know, your shots just ding. I know I do it plenty myself. And
I mean, I've dinged a dunk before, like legitimately dinged a dunk before. So it happens. And now making it happen, Simon, 2 more, Team Gravity. Fusion hanging right in there, though, honestly.
Honestly, yeah, Fusion is not out of this game.
But someone who is out of this game seems like a VR Jersey. Now he just gets back in, so little momentary crash of some sort. They did not opt for the restart, however, but Jersey did get back in just now. And now actually a stack, so this could turn around for a nice goal opportunity. It will ding, though, so Alakos will get that, try and clear it out, but right back to the hands of Lewis, who then finds the open goal.
Unfortunate. It looked like they pulled out to they committed to the clear before actually verifying that the clear went out, so leaving the goal open there for Lewis to just accept that clear and put it in for an easy 3.
Always a bit dangerous when that happens. And oh, look, it's like they banged their head off that on the PE joust. They still managed to get to the disc in time, though, as some brawls go off in the back line. But a steal nonetheless. Will it be in? Not so much. But Lewis right there on the put back. The goalie kind of flying past the goalpost and unable to get defensive position.
Yeah, it looked like David Duel was quick enough to get back, but just didn't grab the crossbar of the goal accurately. Missed it completely and floated by, leaving it open just long enough for that goal to go in.
Yep, and that's always susceptible to happen. Right now, it's Lewis with the team high 8 points for Team Gravity, with the 18-5 advantage currently. So starting to pull ahead late. It was closer just a minute or two ago, but now Viatrex is going to work that in slowly and in on the goalie.
Alakos putting his shield up, which is usually, you know, when you're being attacked in goal, that shield is what, something like 8 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
So it's generally a good strategy, but he wasn't actually under duress there. I don't know if there just wasn't communication, but his man had that man covered.
Now trying to cover it there. Simon taking the long fadeaway shot. It's going to ding. It's going to be rebounded, though, by Viatrex. Viatrex is going to find one more shot right in that goal. He's gone to that corner in that back area a few times, and it's worked out very well for Team Gravity.
It looked like that first that initial shot dinged twice, once on the way back down, right?
Yeah, we'll say that. So Fusion rolling out now on the joust. Falling behind these last few minutes, they were keeping it close. It just seemed like, you know, not long ago that it was, 10-5 or something like that, 12-5. But now just creating all kinds of distance on that score differential. And now creating all kinds of distance with that stack and the shot. And that will end the round. We see that mercy rule and private matches in effect there because that is a 20-point win for Team Gravity.
Also, another welcome addition in that hotfix recently is the inbuilt mercy rule there, so you don't have to fiddle with restarting the game, making sure all the settings are correct, and then coming out and finding one of them, even though you verified was correct, is not correct. It is nice having that mercy rule. Yeah. But this also might be a case of just back on the game. Might be a case Fusion kind of getting in their own heads. Maybe once they start to fall behind, maybe losing a little bit of their confidence. They're unfortunate because they continued to play fairly well, but particularly the first half of that game, maybe even a little more than half, was really well played by Fusion.
Yeah, it was. It was just in the end, and maybe that experience coming into play a bit, pulling ahead there. But Fusion was hanging in. And so we'll see if they can make a round 2 rebuttal after this short intermission.
And in chat, Frecky XD asking, stating Fusion started so good, asking what happened. And like I said, I believe it was a case of just getting in your own head. You can't let your confidence get shaken by a few goals. You gotta play one play at a time. Forget about the score. Just play your game. Do what you know how to do and stuff it.
And that's exactly what they're going to try now. Wise words from the dimwit. How does that work? It's an oxymoron. So Viatrex is going to take that disc there for Team Gravity, back it out to Simon. Simon's going to find that pass to Lewis, and Lewis is going to look down low. A little bit too strong in the pass there, but still going to be recollected with some time to spare for Viatrex as AJ approaches on defense. Now looking for the back pass and then right back on forward to Viatrex. Going to look for the cross now. Simon anchoring as he likes to do and taking the shot. Now it's a 2, but he still got it.
Fusion playing a really patient defense there, waiting for Team Gravity to make those cross passes to try to force the errant pass. Unfortunately, Gravity matching that patience and slowly walking it in inch by inch, putting it in for a good 2.
Now quick stacks there on both ends of the floor actually causes turnover again. We've seen this a little bit from Gravity. They've had some fortunate turnovers caused on Fusion just based off that. Now looking for the pass, softly on over, Stacks getting back on defense. And then Simon anchored again, cannot make the shot, but Viatrex is there for the rebound and the return into the goal for 2.
Couldn't tell, was that Alacost in goal there? He was there for the save. I'm not sure why he would have missed that grab. Not being critical of it. We all miss grabs all the time. Just unfortunate for him that he was there. He made the call and put his hand in the right place, just didn't get the grab.
And then again on the back line, that stack, not really pressuring that time too much, but it's still going to be recovered now by David Duel with some members in tow for Fusion. Too strong in the pass, though, is going to mean this might be a turnover. No, because nice grab by AJ, actually. He got a short-range boost, loses his handles on the disc, gets stunned. David Duel going backboard, maybe a little bit rushed on that one, so Jersey's able to get it clear, but it's going to be into the hands down the field by Alacost, trying to work it around his back to AJ on the attack, but saved by Viatrex. Coming in at the last second.
Man, Fusion really showing some offensive power there. Unfortunate, not they weren't able to put it in. Some great saves by Gravity, but man, some of those passes, some of those plays, some of those formations were bang up.
Now again, a pass just sailing past the hands of a Fusion member there. It would seem like these passes are a bit too strong. They're kind of throwing them with a lot of speed, and they're making them very hard catches, but a nice catch by Jersey, clearing it down that bowling ball lane, the bottom ramp. Might sail back to him for one more attempt, but now slapped up towards the bubble where the stack for Gravity awaits.
And that just might be the pressure of the game, feeling like you really need to get it in. I know when I feel under pressure, I have a tendency to start throwing the disc a little too hard. On my CV1, that makes my shots and passes tend to go high. So you kind of have to maintain control of the speed of your throws throughout the game, regardless of what's going on around.
Now just trying to find some lanes. Simon's going to be contested just lightly there by David. The 4-point advantage. So if nothing else, despite these turnovers and things like that, Team Gravity is not scoring at an incredibly hot pace yet. That may change now with the 6-0 advantage, but still, Fusion does seem to be making them work at the very least, holding them down for these first few minutes.
Fusion still working that really patient defense in the bubble, but Gravity just able to pick it apart. I believe they had an odd man rush on that one, but still just picking them apart around the bubble.
Yeah, and we saw this also in that first round where it was really close that first half, those first 5 minutes or so. It wasn't until later on they pulled away, and nice little shot fake there. AJ going under with a fake just to draw the defender, freeze the defender a bit, and open up that goal for the 2.
Yeah, well done by AJ. I mean, AJ, when he gets around Gravity's bubble, tends to play really, really competently, and showing it again right there with the shot fake.
Now roll out, but good intercept there from AJ. AJ's going to take the shot off the backboard. Looks like it's going to be off, maybe his own rebound. It's going to be David Duel, actually, but it's going to go off the barrier. So a little bit of a missed opportunity. They're going to recollect. But again, the amount of mustard on some of those throws, just a bit too strong. Wow, that was close. But it's going to go back into the hands of Lewis now for Team Gravity. He's going to dish it over to Viatrex. Viatrex, one more pass back to Jersey. And now the defense just trying to hold. One more pass now, and Viatrex down low from his favorite spot in this game. Right underneath that goal by the backboard.
It looks like Gravity might be running a little bit of clock control here. Viatrex had that opportunity and went for the pass anyways, and it comes right back to him in the exact same spot, almost an identical situation, popping it in.
Yeah, and Boop in the chat saying they need to calm down with the throws, and yeah, exactly. It's kind of... Right now, this would be, I think, an 8-6 game, perhaps, if they just were a little bit softer on some of those passes and throws. It would be either tied up or close to tied up, based off that.
And AJ getting snuck up on there, right there in the tube. Oh my.
Yep, and that's going to result in the 10-2 lead now for Team Gravity. Maybe going to have that late game pull away like we saw in round 1.
There might be a breakdown of communication going on with AJ, as I said, getting snuck up on in the tubes there. David shaking his fist, maybe showing a little frustration.
Yeah, can't feel too great just knowing that, oh man, we could be right in there, because they're holding down Team Gravity, or have been, to lower scoring than you might expect. But then on the offensive end, just a couple missed opportunities is going to result in another turnaround and shot there, coming from Viatrex this time in the corner.
And that time, Gravity just able to walk in. Looked like they took out the goalie. The man who was trying to take out the goalie, also
yeah.
in the scrum, just causing traffic right in front of their own goal.
And right now, it's Viatrex leading the way, 16 points among these 2 rounds, 13 for Lewis. A lot of assists from all players involved on Team Gravity, so the team play, always at play for this team. I mean, it's in their name. They are not Gravity, they're Team Gravity. And, well, the assists speak well for that. And there you go, with the dish now into the back court as a stack comes out. Clear and boost. Opportunity at the open goal. Just missing it, though. And now it's rebounded by AJ, who's going to find a clear.
Yeah, Team Gravity running that defensive chain with just precision.
Now the stack trying to bother Fusion right there, trying to bother Team Gravity with it. But another down low pass going up there. So once more, their favorite spot. Team Gravity, that lower backboard area not being cut off quite enough, it would seem. They were doing a good job earlier in the first round, but now they're just starting to pull away based off a lot of those backboard passes.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track, but I'd have to guess, or maybe even wager, that about half of, if not more than half of Gravity's points are coming from that backboard area.
Now looks like on approach on goal, the stack's coming in, but AJ ducks down low, finds a back pass, a reset into that corner. Viatrex is going to try and bother that one. Also, man-on-man defense on Alikos, so some great defense from Gravity. Man marking there does not cause a turnover, but now it just might, because that was some strong defense they had no time to work with. Alikos will snag that right back. Take an open shot, but cannot make that one. So, again, just great defense, cannot capitalize on the offensive opportunity, though. And this might be a turnaround if they can't save it here, but they will. Alikos with the grab, ducking through, looking for his lane to pass it to Swift. Swift is going to get that to Duel, and Duel's going to try and clear it as well, but Simon's already waiting there, biding his time.
And Alacost really playing both ends of the arena right now. We saw the controlled passing. They really slowed down their game a bit in Fusion in their offensive zone. Unfortunately, Alacost's shot on goal barely touching that backboard cone, popping out the wrong direction, and then it ending up back down here. But Alacost playing such great defense down here with that bang up save and a few interceptions as well.
And yeah, just another interception there. Simon, he's been playing that back line a few times for Gravity in this round. And now it's going to be Jersey. Again, in his return of sorts to competitive play. I didn't expect it, but I'm glad to see it. Oh, good save there, though. But right back for the alley-oop dunk to Lewis. Simon and Lewis, that connection, always a powerful thing between them two.
And unfortunately, Fusion again creating a ton of traffic in front of their own goal, which makes it you can't play. You know, when you're playing goalie, having another man in that area just makes it so much harder to make that save, and that allowed Gravity to walk in and get those 2 or 3 shot opportunities before that goal.
Now another intercept as well. So playing that back line, they're comfortable with their lead here. Right back at him is Alacost. There's 30 seconds left in this one. Some stacks are going to come through. Some boosts. Viatrex is there. AJ's there. VR Jersey punching AJ on his way to the disc. 20 seconds left now. More stacks coming through. It's going to be recovered by AJ. Maybe one more shot opportunity. No, because Lewis sneaks up on him with a punch. The stacks coming through. Maybe that shot going to go up, and Lewis is going to be there first. Can he make one more happen for 3? Yes, it will be for Simon. Assisted by Lewis again with that connection. They could have gone for the 2, but you know what? Great communication to find the 3 instead and just buy them that extra point going into this third round now.
It's easy to say from an outside perspective looking in, particularly if you're familiar with sports. It's easy to say that AJ should have seen Lewis there. But it's so easy. It's almost like when you're playing in VR, it's almost like having blinders on, like horse blinders. So you don't really have the same field of view as you do in the real world. Obviously, I mean, most of us would be aware of that. And so it's really easy to lose track of one person. And if they happen to move just right relative to your head movements, you will never see them, even when they're right next to you.
Yeah, it's tough for sure, but I will say credit to Fusion. It seemed like it was basically a repeat of what we saw in that first round, where it was held pretty close in that initial 5 minutes, but the longer the match goes on, the more momentum Team Gravity builds, and they just build and build on that lead as time goes by.
Well, I will give Fusion a bit of credit there, because even though they were perpetually falling behind throughout the game, it was about halfway through, a little over halfway through the game, maybe 4 or 3 minutes left in that round, where we saw their passing slow down in the offensive zone, and they got, I don't know how many passes. There were a few missed passes, but they were able to recover them, and probably all in all 6 to 8 passes in the O zone before Alacost got that barely missed shot, that 3 from deep. So props to them for keeping it together as best they could under the given the situation.
And we'll see if they can do anything here in this third round. We've seen it a few times. Coming down low, though, is VR Jersey. So another down low shot. But I was going to say, a few times we've seen it in some of these games where by the time the third round rolls around, whether it's one team building momentum because they have nothing to lose, or it's another team letting out the gas because they feel like they already won the series. We've seen these things happen. Ooh, where a botched joust might result in a 2, though. And it will, so Viatrex there. They went for that PE launch right out of the offensive tunnel, but unfortunately they just booped their head right on there.
That's another thing. When you're feeling under pressure, when you're feeling aggravated, you tend to rush things a little bit. And when you're talking with the PE launch, if your timing is otherwise perfect, where you've got almost a frame perfect launch out of that tunnel, when you're feeling aggravated or rushed, it's really easy to mess up those launches.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a couple times with Fusion there. They didn't pay for it the first time they did it, but that second time did cost them. Now the quick boost might result in this open goal, and it will be. So Simon now, they're coming out with some fire in this first minute or two.
They are, and that was it. Just a great shot by Simon. You know, he didn't take any time to line up the shot or anything. Just grabbed the disc, popped it up from a steep angle, far out near the wall on the floor. Good shot.
And right now, just taking a quick look at the team stats, and wow, Team Gravity, the 17 assists. That's 85% of the assists in this game in favor of Team Gravity. So that team play is something else. But now, nice grab from AJ. Gravity players diving out, trying to take the shot. Rebounded David Duel off the backboard. Gets his own rebound, and then one more time. Now David gets his score for the first 2 points in this third round for Fusion.
Yeah, good attack there by Fusion. I mean, Fusion would have let up. Even, you know, the first shot coming in, I believe it dinged. Second shot might have also dinged, but that third shot, or no, the second shot went off the backboard, almost got saved, and then the third shot in. Good goal.
And quick note, too, speaking of David a second ago making that shot, he also has the game-high 33 stuns by a pretty good margin there. And now, just biding their time, Fusion's going to try and find the clear. It's going to go into that pocket, though, where Viatrex is awaiting for the recovery. AJ's going to contest on the defense, and now retreating back into goal as Jersey brings it up the floor. Dishes a soft one over to Simon. Simon's going to look for the jump, but nice save. Alakos recovered by Lewis. Lewis maybe going to find his man up there. Backboard. And again, those passes just having a feast off the backboard, using it as their dinner plate in this game.
And in fairness to Fusion, I mean, it is incredibly difficult to cover those guys on the backside there, because they only need to get open for a half a second for those goals to go in. And
there was the initial defense was nice. Alakos getting the save, but Viatrex getting a steal on him, and now it's going to be a three-pointer. So maybe just taking his eye off the defense just for a split second there. But yeah, on that other end, just a couple plays ago now, Alakos had that nice save, but it goes back to the thing we were talking about in round one, where it's just the second attempts, the third attempts. It's very tough. Defense is a tough thing to do. Saving the disc, or as great as these goalies are, as the shot goes out from Lewis, just straight in, raining it in. But as good as like goalies are, especially in Europe over the seasons, it's so hard to do back-to-back-to-back, you know, defensive plays and saves like that. So if you give them those extra attempts, it becomes hard to stop and demoralizing at times.
Yeah, I mean, goalies only able to do so much. You know, hockey goalies, you've got, you know, every pad in the world covering up most of the space there. But in Echo, we've got, what, just our hands and our head? There's not a whole lot of space covered with that. So it's an accomplishment in and of itself to get an initial save. So any saves after that are just
indeed. So it's going to go now to the hands of Lewis. Lewis has two teammates already in the bubble off that stack, so this is going to be a quick attack. Simon going down low, getting punched, but still finding the dead center of it with that shot.
And just to point out, that's the benefit when you're coming in from down low like that, and you're wrapping your arm around, going with the full arc, bringing it from behind your back all the way around. If you get stunned out as you're in the middle of that arc, there's still going to be some velocity on that disc, and I believe that's what we saw right there.
Now another steal. Viatrex, he's had a couple of those in this round alone for another three-point shot, and now Fusion finding themselves within 2 points of a mercy.
Yeah, Viatrex showing no mercy to Fusion's quarterback.
Well, I mean, he may be showing them mercy in a second. We'll see. Yeah, these rollouts, it seems, just having trouble now, causing or getting it to the other side, just like that one. Now this will be the game winner there one more time, and that's going to be Viatrex again to end it. So three in a row off those turnovers for Viatrex.
And props to Alakos for making that adjustment. It was a little late in the series, but coming out, grabbing the disc, and immediately dropping, so Viatrex didn't have the opportunity to get on him that fast. You see, Viatrex himself would have to make that turn. And the pass would have been accurate, but gravity there to intercept it immediately.
And so that will be the game. And again, just a lot of, I mean, right now looking at the team stats, we have 70% of the shots taken on Team Gravity's side, 83% of the assists. Now, it was for a good portion of that match controlled well by Fusion, as we mentioned. Those first 5 minutes of the opening 2 rounds, they were right in it. but just comes down to that team play, that chemistry, the long-term chemistry that Gravity has. Even though this particular lineup of players haven't all played together quite as long as some other teams, like Backlash, for instance, but you can still see and you can tell that these players know each other because they always know where to look for the pass and the immediate boost. So Fusion gave them a good effort, but you know, as time goes on, more and more minutes pass by in each match. It goes more and more to the benefit of you know, Team Gravity because of that chemistry.
And the control from Fusion that you referenced, I mean, when you look at the possession time difference, 6 minutes to 7.5, that is a big difference. But 6 minutes against a team like Team Gravity means you definitely held some control throughout the game. Just unfortunate they weren't able to capitalize on those opportunities where they were in control. I mean, they capitalized on a few, but not as many as Gravity did.
Yeah, and so speaking of also Gravity, VR jersey, synonymous with that team, of course. Player, manager, whatever role he's playing on any given day. We know him. He's been around, and, well, coming back here, the points mainly being scored by Lewis Simon Viatrex, but Jersey still contributing assists, some steals, plenty of brawls. I mean, still getting the work done. Even if he hasn't played for a while, he's still Gravity at heart.
Yeah, good game by both teams. Really enjoyed the series. Really enjoyed what I saw out of Fusion, and obviously getting to see a team like Gravity execute is always nice to see as well.
Yeah, and execute they have because, yeah, they're right there near the top. I think Backlash is the only undefeated team, I believe, over the course of 4 matches now. But Team Gravity, their record is, I want to say, 3-1. So still mighty strong. And it was, you know, good effort all around. Swift in the chat joining us real quick. Hello there. And thanks for everyone as well for joining and for watching, and Dimwit for broadcasting with me, making my job a little bit easier with the cameras and such.
Always happy to be here.
And always happy to have you. So until our next match, which is to say, we have plenty of them today. Let me actually check real quick. We have... Okay, so that is our only European match of the day. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 North American matches coming up, starting at 7 Central with Ironic and Spaghetti, and ending all the way at 11 Central with Systematic Failure versus Rush. And there's some good games in there in between that we're going to be trying to cast most, if not all of them. We'll see how that goes, but I'm confident. Less confident maybe over on Sunday, where we have even more matches, so we'll see. But
yeah, Sunday is going to be fun.
We'll knock them out as we can. But until then, I've been Palidore. That was SirDimwi, and thank you for joining us here in VRML preseason. Once again, we'll see you real soon.
Thank you. Good night.